Shalom Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Hashem, by Hashem, Chakadash, the bonus to the elders, the GMS who grew about, so you teach you, Akim out there pushing his word and truth and sincerity, risking your freedom and your life to do so. As you can tell, man, the topic of today is yoke of iron. And who fits the yoke of iron? Or what next did the yoke of iron fit so perfect? Right, because we have a whole thing going on about who's the true people. Nick Cannon made statements about, the savagery of these people, the Jewish people, and making anti-Semitic comments. And pretty much that he's saying that they were savages, they owned slaves, and the true people are the so-called Negroes in America, the true Jews. In which he didn't say anything wrong. Why? Because we're going to prove it. And we're going to prove according to scriptural events. Excuse me if I said that incorrectly. I'm going to prove it through actual history and what the scriptures say. So let's get this first. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Because this is what's going to happen to the Israelites, and I'm going to prove it. Start at 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with the gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy. So because you won't serve the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shah, which is his name in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, because you won't serve him for the joy of everything, and joyfulness and gladness, he's going to make you serve your enemies. And say, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness, meaning when we get to our enemies and when we serve our enemies, we're going to be in total subjection, meaning we're going to have to go to him for everything. Whether it was hunger, we're hungry, we need a food, we go to him. When we're thirsty, we need some water, something to drink, alcohol, we go to him. Or nakedness, if we need clothes, we go to him. And in want of all things, everything, a job, a house, a car, we got to go to our enemies. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. So, as you can see, man, all you got to do is type in yoke of iron. And this is going to come up. I mean, there's no lie. This is actual, factual history. And, the truth is out now, so you see it's being exposed. But look at this. That is a yoke of iron. It's iron, and it's around our necks, our people's necks. Like cattle. Look at that. A yoke of iron. And the only reason why it was formed this way is because if our people were to try to run away, it would make a noise and it would be harder to cut through the woods and the forest because you'd be getting stuck to the tree. So look, perfect example. Which one fits these curses? They never had a yoke of iron on their neck. We have. So look, let's read into this. This says, Where was I? That wasn't it. Right. Yeah, here we go. All right, it says BibleTools.org. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. It said, God warns the Israelites that if they fail to serve him properly, he would allow their enemies to fit them with a yoke of iron. Clearly, the yoke of iron, a heavy, uncomfortable, unyielding, confining restraint, is an implement of destruction used by the Most High to punish his people for their sins. So when did the Jewish community ever get put into slavery or have a yoke of iron upon their neck? Never. You see? It said, as this passage indicates, people bring this yoke upon themselves through disobedience of the Most High's laws which is totally incorrect, man. That yoke was an actual physical yoke, as you can see here, man. And let's further prove it. Deuteronomy 20:28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, what does that mean? Egypt is a place of bondage, because that's where the first captivity of the Israelites were, in Egypt. But he said he's gonna bring you again into Egypt again with ships. Now, what does he mean? Bring you again into slavery with ships. Now, we know that in Egypt, you could walk to Jerusalem because it's not that far from each other. It'll probably take a few days, but you can walk there. So why would you need ships to get to this Egypt? Because that Egypt is not talking about that physical Egypt, the physical place Egypt, but a spiritual place Egypt, which we know in Revelations 11:8, which would be our place of captivity. So let's look up another one. Slave ships. There you go. Again. Egypt again with ships, further proving who we are. We are the children of the Most High. So he brought us again to Egypt again with ships. By the way, where I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you. Buy you means, English means save you or redeem you. And no man was going to redeem us. So again, let's look it up. Your enemies shall sell you as bondmen and bondwomen. Let's look it up. Slave, men, and woman. Need I say more? That's our people. The children of Israel. Being sold. Look, there you go. That's an auctioning block. She's begging her husband, her father, whatever, to keep one of the slaves. And they having a jolly old time. And this Judite woman to the left is begging to not get her family separated. I mean, this is further proving, man, who we are, man. We are the children of Israel. Yasha'Allah. All right? The sons of the living God. In a good movie to watch, Amistad, you know. And they are the tribe of Levi, the priest. But, yeah, I believe it's the priest. I had to double check. Don't quote me on it. But, good shit, man. We fit the curses more than this guy. And Nick Cannon was absolutely right. And what he said and how he feels. You see? But, yeah, with that, I'm going to give up praise to Yahweh, Shimi Al-Shaba, Shim Makakadas, the one that said the others of GMS, Ruba, say to Akim. Don't be fooled by the trickery of Esau. The only reason why Nick Cannon is apologizing is because he about to lose that big paycheck and he don't want to lose that money. Because he ain't ready to give up his life. So, with that, Shalom.